My good friend Miguel and his wife Laura, they invite us to go to Viñales, and I thought this would be a great idea to show my community a different city.
Y bueno, y ahora estamos haciendo un pollo.
We spent a good time with them the night before going to Viñales. Talking about religion, some other topics, and enjoying the meal Miguel was cooking for us. Hello guys, welcome to this first episode of this new series where I'm gonna be sharing with you guys how it's going to be the process of visiting Viñales, this crazy new city that we're gonna be visiting. So we're gonna be sharing with a group of friends, and Miguel is gonna be with us. Miguel is a very good friend of mine. He's almost a brother, and we're gonna spend a good time in Viñales. I'm gonna try to document as much things as I can. So stick around and welcome guys to this new series. Episode number 1.
Here we go.
From the agency, we've been told to be at the meeting point at 6:50 a.m. So the bus must be there at 7 a.m. sharp. So guys, we're waiting here for the bus. It's supposed to be here like at 7 a.m. It's like, I don't know, like 7:20, something like that. And, nothing has happened so far. So we gotta keep waiting here. And let's see. I want to talk to you guys about how you can get to Viñales. I mean, this package that we already got, it was because it's an offer that they already have for the Cubans, for locals. I don't know. I'm gonna ask maybe the tour guide, someone who maybe might know about this, but I'm gonna ask them if you as a tourist, as a visitor, you can get this, because it was a CUP and it was like 750 CUP, which is extremely cheap compared to the regular prices that they have for tourists and visitors, which in my opinion is going to be much better. On the other hand, you can get to Viñales by this way. I mean, getting a tour, or maybe you can go to Viñales by using taxis or Via Sul. Via Sul, let's say that is another bus that you can pay, which is going to be an MLSE. Of course, that if you visit Cuba, you have to pay in, probably it's going to be in euros, or maybe if you have a card that you can use in Cuba, you have to use that card, because you have to pay in MLSE. Now, if you want to get a taxi, you gotta go to the terminal, which is going to be much cheaper than probably getting maybe a tour, because it's going to be cheaper, believe me. But the problem with that is that once you get to Viñales, if you don't have anything planned in advance, it's going to be a little bit complicated. So you have that option. You can get the tour, or you can get the bus, or you can get the taxi. Taxi is going to be like 1,500 pesos, something like that. And you can get also a truck, which is going to be like a big truck, kind of a colectivo. They're going to be sharing with many people. I don't recommend you to do that now that we have the COVID. What I highly recommend you to do is that maybe you can get a tour, because maybe it's going to be like a whole package. You're going to have like explanations. You're going to be like knowing exactly what you're going to do. You're going to have your schedule, your lunch included, which is much better than going to Viñales and nothing, and with nothing planned. In Viñales, guys, if you want to get an Airbnb, you need to go to Airbnb in advance, because you need to know the prices. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. But nobody knows. Catch and Bartek, they went to Viñales with nothing planned, and they got the Airbnb, and everything was like super exciting for them. But it's up to you guys. The weather wasn't the best, and this weekend was the coolest day ever. We had like 17 Celsius, which for Cuba is a really cold day. After waiting 20 minutes for the bus, it arrived. So the bus is here, guys. This is going to be the bus. This is Transtour, which is one of the brands that we have in Cuba. And yeah, it's pretty fancy, I think. But you're gonna love it.
Al fin hacer.
¿Es un video, una foto o cosa?
Una foto, pero ese no lo pongo,
¿Se le devolvemos el dinero?
No.
¿Eh? Desayuno. ¿Quiénes toman café ahí? Levanten la mano a la gente que toma café. Dentro de 1 hora y 20 minutos los invito a tomar café. No me saquen ni un kilo que eso va por mí.
Adiós.
Ah, mentira, eso tienen que incluir ustedes. Bien, vamos a hacerlo para que quede más bonito porque ustedes van de excursión y van para Viñales aunque haga frío. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Mi nombre es Alex, voy a ser el guía que los voy a estar atendiendo en la excursión de Viñales. Tiempo estimado de viaje más o menos a partir de ahora calculen 2 horas y media. Vamos a hacer una paradita por el camino en un lugar conocido como Las Vargonas. Después les explico por qué se llama Las Vargonas. Y vamos entonces a visitar varios lugares en Viñales. ¿Qué es lo primerito que vamos a hacer? Todo depende de la cantidad de personas que haya. Vamos a organizarlo de diferentes formas para tratar de evitar coincidir con todas las personas en los mismos lugares.
So guys, we're gonna be here like for around 2 hours, and then we're gonna be stopping in so many places. We're gonna take a break for, you know, getting a coffee and, you know, spending some time visiting places before going to Viñales.
Bueno, seguimos con la explicación, familia.
The tour is gonna be explaining a little more.
Después continuamos y vamos a pasar por el pueblo en tránsito. Si alguien quiere parar allí para hacer una paradita breve, no hay mucho que hacer allí en el pueblo, pero bueno, paramos, podemos hacerlo ya sea a la ida o al retorno. ¿Por qué? Porque después vamos entonces a visitar la cueva. En la cueva la primera parte va a ser caminando y la segunda va a ser nadando.
During the first 40 minutes of the trip to Viñales, we enjoyed seeing the view of the countryside, and I couldn't stop thinking about how great this place would be for you guys as a visitor. Guys, visiting Viñales is amazing because when you go to Havana and you come to Viñales, it's like seeing the countryside of Cuba. Of course, we're going to be talking about this in the next episode because Viñales is, in my opinion, the best place. Pinar del Rio in general, but Viñales specifically is the best place if you want to get good cigars. I don't know if you smoke or not. Some of you are gonna say we don't smoke. That's okay. But the point is that when you visit Cuba, part of the Cuban culture is like, you know, going to Viñales and getting some cigars. Maybe it's for your friends, perhaps your family. It's like, you know, if you go to Paris and you want to visit the Eiffel Tower, it's the same. You gotta come to Viñales, guys, because it's beautiful. Because I don't know, if you see what I'm saying right now, it's gonna blow your mind. Probably not, because probably you're used to see, like, how can I say, countryside and beautiful beautiful landscapes, but so far it's amazing. And for Veronica, this is the first time that she goes to Viñales for a long time. She went to Viñales when she was like, I don't know, I don't know, but she was like pretty. She was so. She went to Viñales the first time when she was like 9 years old, so she doesn't remember anything. So it's pretty amazing. But we're gonna be documenting all the process. I'm gonna try to document everything. If this is the first time they're here to the channel, subscribe, because we're gonna have more vlogs like this, and we're gonna have more experiences like this. My name is Alex Rodriguez, and keep watching. Even though we're paying in CUP, in Cuban pesos, the bus, I have to say that is pretty cool because they have AC, which is amazing. Sometimes when we used to have like you know, some tours, visiting some other places, it's a little bit more uncomfortable when it comes to traveling because you need to have like AC. Even though the day today, guys, is pretty cold because we're having I don't know how to say in English, but in Spanish we call this frente frío. I'm gonna try to find a translation, and I'm gonna put it right here. The downside of this like bus, in my opinion, is the seats. You know, it's like are like very stretched, so I don't have the space to move around. Which I don't know. People here are so happy. Let me know if when you travel, what do you prefer to travel in? For example, let's say that you want to go inside of the country. Do you prefer traveling by train, or maybe you want to, you know, to get a bus, or maybe do you prefer taking a plane directly? Let me know in the comments below. How do you prefer traveling within your country? Finally, we got to the first spot before going to Viñales. So guys, we came to the first spot. The name is Centro Turístico Las Vargonas, like a touristic center, Las Vargonas. The name of Las Vargonas is because one of the palms, they have like a belly, and that's why, something like that.
It's prehistoric, endemic plant of this part of the country, and it's very interesting. Right now is the first stop we haven't, so let's enjoy this.
Yeah. So this stop is basically to get a coffee, to to do some pee, if you need to, and if you want to get a breakfast, you can do it also. I'm gonna do pee, and I'm gonna let you with Miguel. Miguel is gonna explain you guys how do we get the package, how much all this package, all the things that are included, how much it costs. And I'm gonna ask the tour guide if you as a visitor you can get the same package. Maybe you can do it because it's gonna be cheaper.
We are a group of 7 people. We went to the Cuba tour agency, and you can pay there the package, 770 pesos.
So guys, I was talking to the tour guide, and he said that everything here is in MLC, excepting the coffee, of course. But right here to my left, you have a shop which is gonna be an MLC. You have to pay an MLC, of course. Now, I was asking him if, for example, as a visitor, you can come here and you need to pay an MLC as well. He said if the tourists come through local, the local campaign, CUP, and of course they're gonna be included. So it's much cheaper. For example, guys, let's say that you want to come to Viñales and you come with me and I pay for you. I'm gonna be paying CUP in Cuban peso, so it's gonna be much cheaper for you, which is a good point if you're planning to visit to Viñales and you have a local friend, I don't know, family, someone that might help you with this. Believe me, it's going to be amazing. Because I thought that maybe, as a visitor, you're gonna have a different price. Of course, they have some other offers, but when it comes to visiting Viñales and you can pay in CUP, this is amazing. So think about it and let me know in the comments below if you want to come to Viñales. Guys, in this place, you're gonna have a coffee included, and in the second place that we're gonna be visiting, I don't know the name yet, but you're gonna have included the lunch, which is amazing because you're gonna be saving money. And I said, the price is not that expensive. I mean, look at this place. Look at it, visiting the countryside, having a Cuban lunch, included coffee, enjoying this beautiful place for only 750, Cuban pesos. That's nothing. And it's going to be even cheaper if you exchange the money on the black market, because you know exactly how the exchange rate is in Cuba right now. And if you don't know, guys, go and check the link right here, because I was explaining to you guys everything about it, okay? This place is amazing. It was time to leave this place, and once we get to the next spot, I'm gonna give you guys a very important tip about how to avoid being scammed during these trips. Okay guys, look at this. There's a bunch of people coming here. There are like different buses coming, which means that the tourism is coming back, hopefully. Because a couple months ago I would say that it was pretty low. But yeah. Something that caught my attention is the tour guide just said that right here on the road you're gonna see like there is a part of the road that you're not gonna have a middle, because the point is that it was built to be ready just in case a combat airplane needs to land here by force, because I don't know, for any reason the airplane should land here on the road, they're gonna have the road ready for it, and they're gonna have some specific spaces like just next to the road where they're gonna have like small spaces where the airplane can land and just stay there, which is incredible. I had no clue about it, and I've been in Viñales so many times.
Vamos a seguir con la música.
Most of the things that you will see on the way to Viñales are going to be natural, how the life is in the countryside, and tobacco plantations.
No se pongan a hacer cola para el pollo. El otro día vine con un grupo aquí, se pusieron a hacer cola porque sacaron pollo aquí. Vinimos a Viñales. No se pongan a estar haciendo cola para comprar pollo, ni jabón, ni detergente, ni nada de eso. Eso lo dejan para la mano.
Guys, something very important that so many people wonder is why Viñales? The name of Viñales is because the first Spanish that land here and stay here in Viñales, the last name was Viñales. That's why. Very simple. So it's not that complicated. We just arrived to the first place that we're going to be visiting, but this is going to be in the next episode. I just wanted to give you some tips. Maybe if you come to Viñales and you come by taxi, you're going to be like going for different directions. For example, in this case, we came through Pinar del Rio, but sometimes you're going to be like going for a different way. In that case, guys, I want to recommend you to notice if the place that you're visiting might be or not a tourist trap, because sometimes the taxi drivers, they pretend that you're visiting a tourist place, but at the end it's going to be a tourist trap because they try to sell you stuff. If you want to buy them, that's okay, but I watched this in some of the videos of Cara Nate. So guys, that's it for today. This is the first episode. See you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you want to see this series, if this is the first time that you're watching this channel. My name is Alex Rodriguez. Talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye bye, ciao, pescado, vuelta picadillo, and welcome to Viñales.